So my name's Ian Comerford, and I'm a researcher at the University of Adelaide, where I run the chemokine biology laboratory with Sean McCall. And we work on cell migration in the immune system. Been doing research into that for more than 10 years. I'm from Glasgow in Scotland originally. I did my PhD there, finished that in 2006, and I came to Adelaide that year. Been in Adelaide ever since. Coming from Scotland, it's quite prevalent, a disease in Scotland. It's more prevalent in areas as you go further from the equator. I wasn't aware of that when I was growing up, but I was aware of a number of people that I knew or that had MS, and I could see how devastating a disease that it was. There was friends of mine whose parents had MS, and also then subsequently members of my family that got MS. And that happened while I was studying for my PhD. And it seemed to me that there was such a clear link between the work that I was doing in my PhD related to how cells of the immune system migrate as to how that might be applied in MS. So yeah, I saw an opportunity to make a contribution to a disease that, had a personal impact on me. My research involves trying to stop T cells entering the brain in multiple sclerosis. So a lot of the discoveries in the past looked at, for example, T cells very generally in terms of how they can get into the nervous system, but not all T cells are the same. Some T cells actually suppress the immune system. Some very, very strongly drive inflammation, and some are sort of intermediate. There's a spectrum of how inflammatory the T cells can be. So there's been a lot of study into which subset of these cells are the disease-causing cell type in a neuroinflammatory setting. And we now know a lot more about that. And so my research is really focusing on, very specifically on the cells that are most pro-inflammatory at neuroinflammatory settings. What are the molecules that govern their migration into the nervous system? Also, on top of that, what more can we learn about those cells in terms of how they develop and how they are controlled under normal circumstances? So hopefully with this research, we'll be able to develop better drugs that can more potently inhibit MS and also have fewer side effects. That would be the ultimate goal of this research. I would just like to thank all of the donors and the fundraisers that are involved in MS Australia. If it wasn't for the donations that you provide, the research that I do and others in the research community around Australia just would not be possible. So thank you for the difference that you make, and keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.